There's a particular kind of stuck that comes before a channel exists. You've got ideas. You've had them for months. You've got a rough sense of what you talk about, and a stronger sense of who'd want to hear it. What you don't have is the machinery, because a channel isn't one job. It's about 9 jobs wearing a trench coat, and every single one of them has to happen before a video goes live. That's what this channel is for. Not tips, not tricks. The machinery. Watch what happens the first time you try. You sit down to make a video, you open a blank document, and you discover that make a video isn't a task at all. It's a stack of about 12 tasks pretending to be one. You need to know what the video's about. You need to know who it's for. You need to have researched it properly, not just remembered it vaguely. You need a script that holds attention past the first 30 seconds. You need a title people click. You need a thumbnail that isn't embarrassing. You need a description, chapters, tags. And then you need to do it again next week. So the first video takes 11 days and comes out fine. The second one takes 9 days and comes out worse, because by then you've learned how much work it is, and you've started cutting the parts nobody sees. The third one doesn't happen. Most people don't quit because they ran out of ideas. They quit because they ran out of production capacity, and those feel identical from the inside. It shows up as, I don't know what to make next, when what's actually true is, I can't face doing all 9 jobs again. So the question people ask is, what's a good prompt for writing a YouTube script? I understand why. It's the visible bit. It's the part that feels hardest. But scripting is one job out of 9, and it isn't even the one that determines whether the video works. A perfectly written script for the wrong video aimed at nobody in particular with a title nobody clicks does nothing at all. The better question is the boring one. What does a production department actually do all day, and which of those jobs can Claude hold? So let's name them. 1. Decide what the channel is about, narrowly enough that a stranger can describe it back to you. 2. Decide who you're talking to specifically enough that you can picture one person. 3. Generate ideas at volume so you're never choosing between the only 2 you have. 4. Research properly with sources you could stand behind. 5. Write the script. 6. Fix the opening because the opening is where you lose people. 7. Write titles, plural, and pick the best one instead of the first one. 8. Brief the thumbnail so the image is a decision rather than an accident. 9. Package it. Description, chapters, tags, upload. In a real production company, those are separate people with separate desks. That's the thing you're actually missing. Not talent, staff. Which brings me to prompt packs. You've seen them. 500 prompts for creators, $19, a PDF you'll open twice. I don't think they fail because the prompts are bad. Plenty of them are fine. They fail because a prompt is a single request, and what you're missing isn't requests. You're missing a standing arrangement. A prompt gets you one output once, and then it's gone and you're back at the blank document. You still have to remember which prompt, find it, paste it, re-explain your channel, re-explain your audience, re-explain your format, every time, for every video, forever. That's not a production department. That's you doing the work with extra steps. And there's a second reason they don't hold, which is that they go stale. A prompt written against last year's model for last year's interface using last year's features quietly stops being the best way to do the thing. Nobody tells you the PDF doesn't update. You just keep getting slightly worse results than you could be getting, and you assume that's the ceiling. The distinction I want you to hold, because the whole channel runs on it. A prompt is a request. You ask, you get, it's over. A system is a standing instruction. It already knows your channel. It already knows your audience. It already knows your format, your length, your voice, the things you've decided you don't do. You don't brief it, it's already briefed. The difference in output quality is large. The difference in whether you still have a channel in 6 months is larger. 3 properties. If a thing has all 3, it's a system. If it's missing one, it's a prompt with ambitions. It persists. You set it up once and it's there next week without you rebuilding it. It's specific to you. It holds your niche, your audience, your constraints, not generic creator advice. It does one job well, not a mega prompt that tries to run the whole channel and does everything at 60%. One desk, one job, done properly. Let me make that concrete because it's the difference between this working and not working. The prompt version of title writing is, write me 10 titles for a video about compound interest. What comes back is 10 titles that could belong to anybody. They're not wrong, they're just generic, because the request contained nothing about you. The system version already knows you make 8-minute videos for people in their 30s who feel behind on money, that your channel avoids hype and avoids numbers go up energy, that your last 4 titles were phrased as questions and 2 of them underperformed. You ask for titles, and what comes back is shaped by all of it, without you saying any of it. Same model, same underlying capability, completely different output because one of them has context and the other one starts from 0 every single time. 9 of those, sitting side by side, is a production department. That's what we're building over the next 10 episodes. So here's the shape of it. 10 episodes, sequential, which is unusual for me, but this arc only works in order. Each one takes a single job from that list of 9, builds the thing that holds it, and hands you an artifact you keep, not a concept, a document, a draft, a brief, a file. By episode 10, you upload. That's the promise, and I'd rather state it plainly now so you can hold me to it. If you watch all 10 and do the work alongside them, you finish with a published video and the machinery to make the next one faster than the first. To be concrete about what artifact means. By the end, you'll be holding a niche you can say out loud in 1 sentence. An audience description specific enough to write toward. An idea bank you can pull from for a year. A research brief with real sources. A full script. A rewritten opening. 20 title options and a reason for the one you chose. A thumbnail brief a designer could execute without asking you a single question. And a finished package sitting on YouTube. None of that is theoretical. It all exists as a file when we're done. 2 things this channel won't do so nobody wastes their time. It won't teach you to film. Camera, lighting, audio, editing software. Other people cover that far better than I would, and the machinery I'm describing sits upstream of all of it. And it won't pretend Claude replaces you. It doesn't write your opinions. It doesn't have your taste. What it does is hold the 9 jobs so you can spend your attention on the 2 things nobody can do for you, which are deciding what's worth saying and deciding whether what came back is any good. That second one matters more than people expect. A system that's badly briefed will produce confident, fluent, well-structured work that's wrong for your channel, and it will do it fast enough that you can publish 6 of them before you notice. Speed without judgment is just a quicker route to a channel nobody watches. Taste stays yours. Everything around taste is delegable. One thing to do before episode 2. Write down in a single sentence what you think your channel is about. Don't polish it, don't make it good. Just get the current version out of your head and onto something you can look at. Next episode, we take that sentence apart and rebuild it into something narrow enough to actually work, which is almost always narrower than people expect. Bring the messy version. The messy version is the material. If you want to start with something working rather than something written down, there's a free one in the description. It's the idea generator, the third job on that list, and it's the same one I use. Install it, run it once, and you'll have more video ideas than you know what to do with by the end of the afternoon. Which is, admittedly, a slightly cruel gift when you don't yet have the machinery to make any of them. We'll fix that over the next 9 episodes. That's the episode. See you in the next one.